Tottenham tipped to sell January signing for £60 million. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Before we dive into this update, be sure to press that subscribe button and keep up with all the latest news. Tottenham have been tipped to make a massive profit on one of their signings. Spurs signed defender Radu Dragusin from Genoa in January, and the centre-back has warmed the bench at the club after playing back up to their first-choice defenders. The 22-year-old has hardly played, and now he has been back to leave the club after just 9 months at the club. Due to Mickey van der Ven's injury in the match against Newcastle United, the defender was selected in the starting lineup. However, in the next match against Arsenal, he is expected to be dropped from the side. Steaua Bucuresti owner George Bakali claims during a conversation with Fanatic that the defender can be sold in the future by Spurs for £60 million. He is a valuable player of European stature, but 60, 70, £100 million players, those are the ones. I told you £30 million for Dragusin, and that's what they sold him for. £30 million, he said. He can grow. How old is he? He can be sold for £60, £80 million. He's young, he's tall, a centre-back. You rarely find it. Former Tottenham star details why he's concerned about club's £65 million man. Teddy Sheringham has revealed he's worried Dominic Solanke isn't the final piece of the Tottenham puzzle ahead of Sunday's North London derby. Spurs signed Solanke this summer from Bournemouth in a big money deal worth £65 million. But the striker has missed 2 of the first 3 Premier League games of the season with an ankle injury. The 26-year-old started against Leicester but hasn't featured against Everton or Newcastle, with it unclear whether he will be fit to feature against rivals Arsenal. Postecoglou will be hoping Solanke is the final piece of the jigsaw for his team, but former Spurs striker Sheringham isn't convinced he is. "I like Dominic Solanke, but I don't know whether he's the final piece," he told Ladbrokes. Being that number 9 in and around the 6-yard box who is going to tap in loads this season, only time will tell on that front. But I like the fact that they've gone out and bought a big centre forward to come in and score goals. They've obviously identified that that's where the problem was. It's just a shame that he's missed out on the last 2 games. He missed a couple of chances against Leicester, and I'm sure he'd have been on the end of 1 or 2 against Everton, and then you're off and running and your confidence is high. At the moment, he hasn't scored for the club, and the team have lost a couple of points already, which means there's already pressure on him to come in and start scoring. I really hope he gets off and running quickly, because that relaxes you, your teammates, and your fans. I'm glad they filled that position though, and I'm really optimistic for Solanke. Spurs will be looking to return to winning ways against Arsenal, having lost to Newcastle before the international break, and they will certainly be boosted by the absence of Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice. Arsenal are reportedly in a battle with Tottenham over a deal to sign Lille star Jonathan David, as per the Italian outlet Tutto Juve. After joining the Ligue 1 side back in 2020, the 24-year-old has displayed his goal-scoring prowess in the French top flight over the last few years. However, with his current contract set to expire at the end of this season, speculation surrounding his future has started to emerge in recent times. Tutto Juve reports that Juventus have registered their interest in signing the Canadian, but they are currently trailing in this race to Arsenal and Tottenham, as they don't have the financial muscle to beat the Premier League clubs over this deal. The report says Arsenal are ready to offer David a lucrative contract worth £5 million per season, but Tottenham could scupper their plans as they too are willing to offer the striker a similar package. However, the report says Newcastle are also in this race and are ready to provide stiff competition for the North London clubs to get any potential deal done for the Canadian. After selling Harry Kane to Bayern Munich last summer, the Lily-Whites finally signed a replacement after splashing £65 million on Dominic Solanke last month. However, Richarlison has found it difficult to find regular first-team football under Postecoglou and has tentatively been linked with a move away from the club. So it seems Spurs are planning to sign David to support Solanke if the Brazilian leaves the club next year. David has showcased his goal-scoring prowess in Ligue 1 in recent times, so he could be a shrewd bargain acquisition for Arsenal or Tottenham if either club purchase him for free next year. Tottenham midfielder Rodrigo Bentancur could now miss several games with an FA ban for his comments regarding Son Heung-min. The Uruguayan international midfielder made racist remarks towards his Spurs teammate during an interview. When the journalist asked for a Son shirt, the Spurs midfielder responded that he could get a shirt from the South Korean international or any of his cousins because they all look alike. A statement from the FA on Thursday read, Rodrigo Bentancur has been charged with an alleged breach of FA Rule E3 for misconduct in relation to a media interview. It's alleged that the Tottenham midfielder has breached FA Rule E3, 1. As he acted in an improper manner and/or used abusive and/or insulting words and/or brought the game into disrepute. The FA are now planning to impose a hefty ban on the player for his remarks, and he could miss 6-12 matches in total, as per Football London. While the midfielder will continue to play for now, he will need to decide whether to accept the charge or contest it. The FA will then decide whether to impose the sanctions or dismiss the charges following a hearing. It remains to be seen how the situation unfolds. Bentancur has been an important player for Tottenham since joining the club, and his ban would be a major blow for the club. If he is banned for 12 games, he could be out of action until November. With an extensive list of games coming their way, Spurs cannot afford to lose a key player. Tottenham have been urged to hold on to their experienced defender Ben Davies, despite rising transfer interest from Galatasaray. John Wenham, club insider and the host of the famous podcast Lily White Rose, has expressed his belief that selling Davies at this stage would be a mistake for the club. Wenham emphasised the importance of Davies' experience and versatility, especially under the leadership of manager Ange Postecoglou. Speaking to Tottenham News, he said, "From Spurs' point of view, this transfer wouldn't be wise. Letting someone of Davies' experience go at this point wouldn't be the right decision. He can cover in multiple positions across the back line. If Tottenham let him go now, they wouldn't have an opportunity to replace him until January." As Tottenham aim to strengthen their position under Postecoglou, maintaining stability within the squad will be essential. Davies' wealth of experience, along with his flexibility, could play a key role in helping the team manage its packed schedule and continue to perform at a high level across all competitions. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with all things Tottenham, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications on our latest content. Don't forget to like this video and share it with fellow Spurs supporters. Let's grow our Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!